Hey YouTube, JW. Got another edition of New Arrival Retro Knives for you guys here today. I've been on quite a buying spree here lately, and I've got quite a few. Some of them are belated ones that either didn't make the cut before, or a couple of them I forgot about. Sometimes I get so many in and I just kind of forget about them. And a couple of them kind of just was in between times when I really wasn't doing too many of these. Like I've been doing, these right in a row. And I kind of forgot about them. So we'll start out with 3 Balisong butterfly knives. This one is just a no name. It's got the kind of the playing cards theme there. Stainless steel is all it says on there. Probably a China model. I think I paid about $7 for this one. We got this Pakistan guy here. It's got the inlaid scales. Got this for about $10 too. The old brass classic Pakistan model. One of the scales was kind of popped off here, out of the pin. I think it was this one. I epoxied it back in there. Got the swedge style blade. These Pakistan ones, I've got another one just like this. It's got the wood scales here. Pretty common. You see them on eBay. All of these knives that I'm showing you, I think today, came off of eBay. So, except for the switchblade, which I'll show you. This one here is I believe is a Voller. Yeah. Voller Miami. The blade is scratched up there. It's a Silver Dragon model. Blade is kind of scratched up. Classic slim design. I haven't done a whole lot with these. Really tried to even clean them up at all or anything like that. So, they've been used. People bought these and 440 stainless, 557 Japan on this one. Voller knives are very collectible. I think that is my only Balisong. My favorite one is a Fury Japan. You might have remember seeing these in a couple other videos that I've got that I did. It's been a while now. It's kind of a different type of Balisong. You kind of like the cold steel paradox. You can't really flip it open. It is a Balisong design, but it just says Rosfray. These were called the jeans knife. I have another one that says Superfly on the blade, and they all say Rosfray. They were all German. Made for the German market in the 1970s and 80s. So, just kind of cool. Another one that slips through that, sometimes, every once in a while you see them, and, it's funny how sometimes it depends on how it's listed, but it can get bid up real high, or you can get it real cheap, like I did this one, for example. That's what I like. You just have to be willing to The number one thing that people ask me is all the time, especially on Instagram, they say, "Where do you get all these old knives? Where do you get them?" Well, I get a lot of them on eBay, but over the years, I've come in contact with a lot of collectors and stuff who contact me when they come across certain knives because they know I collect them. So, I've been doing it for a long time, but you have to put the time in, and it's just not something, people and nowadays just, they see a knife and they just want to run out and buy it. And I post a lot of vintage stuff, and you can't really do that. And they just say, "Where can I get one of these?" And it's kind of hard, I wish I could tell them where to get it, but it just doesn't work like that. So, and I don't really sell a lot of my stuff. They always want to buy my knives, and I don't really sell. Every once in a while I sell some stuff on eBay, but I got a couple. I got the polished and the black version of a pretty common cheap knife that I'm sure everybody that's watching this is familiar with. The Tiger/Defender knife. It just so happens that these, they make so many of them that are made in China for so long. It just so happens that these are made in Korea, Tiger knives. So they're more the old school original ones. The FES, Germany, and the Korean models are the older ones. To most people, there's really not a collector value, and that's the thing about the knives I collect. There's not necessarily a lot of collector value in all of them, but there is to me. I like it. That's why I buy it. I don't care if it's cool or popular. This one's cool though. Check this dude out. Big giant United Cutlery, Japan. Another example of, well, this isn't as common as, but people think United Cutlery and they just, when you go back far enough into these brands, like Fury, for example, if you go on eBay and you type in Fury and you look at knives, it's going to be mostly junk from China. But the old Fury brand had some really cool designs and was good quality. Big giant stiletto knife. Total length on this dude. 10 inches open. Big giant stiletto. Really nice condition. Big heavy knife. Don't see those very often. This knife is an example of one I got from a collector. It is a super automatic Korean or Taiwan model, probably Korean. This design in these knives, particularly the NATO military, originally came from Germany. And it was based on an Italian out the front stiletto design. And I've seen guys that were stationed in Germany during the 1960s that bought these that were made by like Othello, Germany, FES, Germany, and those are the best quality and collectible ones. And then you get into the Korean models, which is really the most prevalent, that and the Taiwan. But this one is a super automatic, pretty good shape. Got it at a real nice price. Best feature about this one is the camo scales. I've never seen another one with this camo pattern, like a tiger stripe camo pattern. And the thing about these, the more you get into these and you understand, is the one thing about it is there's not a lot of information out there to know. There's no websites, there's not much, some stuff on forums, you know, but the different variations of these knives there's many different tang stamps, many different handle scales, many different bolster configurations, a lot of them that look, you know, just at a quick glance you think they are the same, but they're not the same at all. And the more you get into these, the more you find that once you think you've seen them all, and there's another one that just keeps going, which it keeps it interesting, you know. But it still works good. And like I said, got it at an awesome price with that cool camo pattern. So I was really happy to get this one for my collection. Here's kind of an unusual knife. It came in the Zippo, nice Zippo case. And I like, you know, I'm big into Japanese knives from the 80s and 90s. And this Sarco had a lot of cool designs, copies of American knives in particular. And this is it's a Zippo knife. See there. It says lasered on there, Spirax Sarco. Like a gentleman stainless multi-tool Swiss Army knife kind of knife. You got the corkscrew Phillips, you know, and it's real smooth and really has a lot of good quality knife. Got the pen blade there. You've got a pair of scissors. Oops. Can opener and flathead. And that's really about it. Interesting knife. Kind of a strange design, but it is sharp and it is very heavy duty. Very good quality. That's something you don't see every day. Hold on here. I got a mess. This one came with the box, the Snook. It's an older Frost cutlery, probably from the 90s, you know, and I just got it for practically nothing. I think this is a China knife. Frost cutlery. No, Pakistan. You know, Pakistan was kind of the China before China. You know, I had so many Pakistan cheap knives when I was a kid. And they still make knives, but you just don't see them as much as what you used to. But it's just a nice stainless steel skinning knife. Pretty sharp. Some sort of variation of 440 stainless, I would imagine. Got quite an assortment here today for you guys. Pretty much every type of knife here. What else else do we got? I got a whole table full of knives here. This one I just had recently got, but I forgot on the last one. I think this is the last one. I think this video is getting kind of long. But, you know, I kind of do these off the cuff. You know, if you're still watching this video all the way through, I appreciate it. But, you know, I do these kind of off the cuff. I don't plan them. I just kind of have a bunch and sit down and do it. So, I really like this knife. I saw it, and it's kind of a, you know, obviously classic design. Like the fisherman's knife, or I think some people call it the tickler. But this one just cool with those blue scales. It's got the Soligen whale there, which is a trademark. Obviously German knife. Inox Soligen Germany. And it is 9 inches open. So it's your classic fisherman's knife. You've got the main blade, and then you've got the scaler and the dehooker or degorger. The scaler, this one's mint condition. Really nice. I think the other blade was stamped too. Yeah, this one's stamped rust free. So yeah, there was just something. I paid about 20 for this one, but there's kind of, you know, which a knife that would be very common in Europe. I just kind of like common knives that people would buy in Europe, not necessarily in the United States. So when they come up in the States, I like to buy them because I kind of like that type of thing. I like European knives in general. Probably more than American designs. So, yeah. Got a lot of stuff to show you guys here today. And, you know, I like doing these videos. This is what I'm really into. And it seems that people enjoy them. You know, I was doing the retro knife series, and actually I have a knife coming in that I'm going to do a specific video on probably next week. But I think people like to see a variety of stuff, and you know, people seem to enjoy these, so I will keep doing them. I don't think I can fit all these on. I appreciate you guys watching. Follow me on G+, Instagram, as always, for liking my videos and commenting, and stay tuned. I got some interesting, even, you know, I found some more interesting designs that I have not yet featured in the retro knife series. So stay tuned for that, and I appreciate it, guys.